We're live. Nobody's there. Nobody's here. Oh, somebody just got a notification. Sweet.
Oh, so he picks tonight to do Orange. You glad it's not the closer?
Who's that?
You.
Oh, yeah. What do you? Did it come up? Yeah, it should have come up then as Orange Glad it's not the closer. Number 21.
It did. That normally doesn't come on Sunday night, so
yeah. Zero prep. I'm still training.
That makes for a better show when you don't prep.
Oh, look, it says I'm live now. So now I gotta go through and I gotta find out where the hell my shit is here. All right.
Somebody's got the chat playing in the background.
Somebody's got the chat playing in the background. David's sending me more emails. I just booted him off of his chat. So we should start getting more people. Is Kinky directed at me, or is he directing that towards Snob? Or
I guess I'll actually pull it up so I can see the chat.
Well, yeah, I can't, and that's not even showing up on over on my StreamYard's chat. I got me with the fake gun Snob, and we got Snob's wife. Tough. I had Gizzard and Snob blowing up my text chat because nobody was on. I don't know why Midnight Range is in here. I don't know. I think it's a fake Midnight Range. Let's see. Buck Gun Loving Grandpa came in. Seven's in here. Seven. What? I don't think I want to know. When his kitty is sub-Q fluids for the last time. I got a feeling that means is that the last time today. Please tell me that's the last time today and not just the last time. So we're just playing with StreamYards because we can. I'm trying to see. Yeah, see, Kinky's comment doesn't show up on the StreamYards at all. So Kinky's been shadow banned on StreamYard. I'm sorry, Seven.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Oh, there's Kinky. Yeah, that was really bad timing on that one, Snob.
Whoops. I hit enter and I looked up as soon as I hit enter and seen that. I was like,
Oh, shit. Shit. Yeah, that's the problem.
I meant that Kinky.
That's the problem. So how's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? Besides Seven. And then how you doing, Gizzard? You doing all right? How's your show today?
Pretty good. Started out kind of slow, but we got things going, and
yeah. Well, this one's going to be
4 hours worth in.
So. This one's going to remain slow because, like I said, this is zero prep. We're doing Chat Outlaws tonight. Zero prep. And Midnight Range, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm good. Just working here at the Waffle House.
It sounds a little country for Midnight Range. I don't think Midnight Range sounds quite that country.
Yeah. I've been cooking some wasabi beef or whatever. Ragu. Yeah.
Ragu beef. Cooking that ragu beef.
No, truth be known, I got busted for selling turkey bacon in place of real bacon at the Waffle House, and now I'm in the pen for a few days.
That'll get you. No wonder you sound country. You're probably country by injection.
Yeah, the police got hold of me. They took me to the big house.
The police.
Yeah.
Daniel Pfeiffer's out there. Vanessa Kitty's out there. Scott P79's out there.
Bloke's out there.
Bloke's out there. How you doing, Bloke? Thanks for coming over. Where's Kingpin? He's got a link. And we've got room for what, 3 more? Because it's only 6 total, right, Gizzard? On StreamYard?
Yep.
Okay. So we
They
got room
can be on the screen.
Oh.
Daniel says it don't sound any less country, just higher pitched.
Okay, well, I spent the day with the little guy.
I went fishing.
Went fishing.
I agree, Kinky. Gunsnob is a horrible, horrible person.
This is true. I will.
Not even here tonight.
Yeah, me too. That guy, I tell you, and his wife. Oh man, his wife is something else. I'll tell you what.
I couldn't stand to be married to her. Could you imagine having to live in the same house as her?
Nope, I'd probably be out in my shed all the time too. So what else is going on? It was hot as balls out here today.
I was here too.
Yeah. Gizzard says he's sitting at a balmy 72 degrees right now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm sitting at 79.
Well, that wasn't very nice.
I
should probably time her out for that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, now I see it. It's got a little bit of a delay. I'm on StreamYards. See, look at that. Look at that. Can you even? No, you can't do anything from. You can't do anything from here.
Too.
So you got to float back. So you got to float back and forth between StreamYard and
on the screen, Slim.
I
said, way to put it on the screen.
Yeah, well, that was the plan. I don't care. It's my fucking show. If you didn't think there was going to be, some swearing in my show, you showed up to the wrong fucking show.
I didn't realize this was Black Cat.
I mean, I'm just excited. I mean, I guess I have to share with Obnoxious, but I'm just excited that, I get to go ahead for that. So I'll be back in 2 minutes.
This is just 3 dots. Yes, it's just 3 dots.
3 dots.
Yeah, there we go. We'll move the 3 dots around.
You can't move them around.
Yes, I can. Look at that. Look at that. 3 dots all lined up.
But you can't change
order. Oh my God. Go back to the dots. There we go. That's better. Now where does the private chat come up? Or I guess. Oh man, there's gonna be way too much. There's like way too much to get used to. Okay, there's private chat. So I gotta flip back and forth between comments and private chat. And then I got to go over, if I want to do any kind of moderation, I got to go over to YouTube. Or actually, I probably should just pull out the chat, huh?
Do you moderate your chat?
No, not really. I mean, but if I want to time out your wife, then I got to do it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's true. 6, Vanessa.
Well, no, more than 6 can live broadcast at one time. I mean, like the whole world could live broadcast at one time if they really wanted to quark me. But but only 6 can be on a StreamYard broadcast at one time.
On the screen.
On the screen, yes. And you can have 4 in the 4 backstage.
I call it on a bench. I look at them as subs I can put in the game later if I need to.
So what you're saying is if we start sucking, you can just switch us out for better players?
I could, but nobody else has come in. So I
Wow. Oh, shit.
Oh shit!
Oh. Damn finger slipped again.
Was
my mouse? I really need a new mouse, guys.
I think you're gonna get a new mouse up your ass one of these days. Vandalist goes out there. He's rocking his new G-Webs logo. I saw him get that. Saw him post about that.
You don't have one of those yet, do you?
Nope, sure don't.
Neither does Snob. We need to get him drawn.
Oh, Vandal. Oh, that's right. You did draw that. Did you draw it on GIMP? Is that what I saw you draw it
Who?
on?
Oh,
Vandaliska. He drew it. He was inspired by G.
I've got GIMP and I haven't been able to figure it out.
I use
I
GIMP
haven't.
a little bit, but I have to go back and look how to do stuff on it every time I do it.
Nope. Snob's ex-wife is now in the chat. Be a shame if she got banned too. I mean, like a terrible shame. Oh shit! There it happened. Nope. So I literally have nothing. So I feel bad about David's. Oh, he's still going. Good. He can keep going. If anybody's in there, as a matter of fact, I'll tell. Because we're just screwing around. Does it sound like I'm mad typing?
Yeah. I have a feeling if I keep timing out my wife, I'll be just screwing around for the next month or two.
You think?
I think Vandalistica wants you to know that it's a drawing app, not a guy in latex with the ball gag. It's GIMP, not the GIMP.
Oh, what's this?
Why is she coming after me? I have not done anything. I haven't done a damn thing. Neither of those was me.
Yeah, one was me, the first one, and the second one was Gary.
No, yeah, right.
She's already blaming it on me. She's going in there. Nope, there's another thumbs down. Sweet. Well, we know she's got at least 4.
There. Let me get a screenshot of this just for my own protection. Ghost.
Hey, Ghost.
What are you doing? Taking pictures of who deleted it? I hate you, Gary.
I never said that. Never said I didn't either.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You never denied it either.
Just in case a question comes up and I get blamed. Glimtech is
Hey,
here.
Glimtech. He should have a link
Big dogs are here. Gun gals. Wow.
Poor conservatives over there. Said to keep this one going. Obnoxious Chad isn't doing much. Well, he's right. I'm not. That's why I told him to keep going, because I'm not doing anything but playing around over here. I didn't even know he was live until we start. Going after the gun gals?
Man.
What's bad? That was probably Jesse or Arminthia, not even Stacy.
I don't know. Well, yeah, jerks. That was probably Jesse. Vandalistica, no, I don't think so. Even if you get the upgrade, you don't have your logo.
I think they're looking at it, though. I suggested that to the people who actually created the thing.
Yeah. So even if you've got the upgrade and do the, like Gary can put his where up here where it's got powered by StreamYard, you can put his up there, you can put it up in the other corner. You can put it anywhere on the screen, can't you? Any of the four corners?
No,
just up.
No, you've got, that's what's called the, I don't have my screen in front of me. I couldn't tell you. One of them is your icon for your channel, and you can put it up in the upper right corner, or then you've got overlays.
Okay.
The rest of it is overlays. I just create stuff the size of the screen with a transparent background.
Okay. Yeah,
just make a PNG file with a transparent background. That's what you do for the overlays.
Yep. One's a logo, one's the overlay, and then you've got your background, which is what you got for your fall territory.
Yep.
Okay.
You can have as many overlays as you want to.
I can't. Show display names. Ooh, see, now we can really confuse everybody because we can turn off the display names. Now nobody knows who we are. There you go, Snob. This is how you can time her out anonymously. Nobody knows. Nobody knows who you are. We're like the footsteps of a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, I can be vandalistic of laws now.
Mm-hmm.
Just call me an Aussie, mate. That sounded almost as bad.
That might be a violation of international law. You have the world court coming after you.
It'd be like that episode of The Simpsons.
Oh, Kingpin did shut it down. Why did he shut it down? He really shouldn't have shut it down. He should have kept going. So I got nothing. Anybody out there in the chat got anything? Snob, you got anything? Gizzard?
Oh, I got stuff and things.
You got stuff? Hey, that's fine.
I had leftover pizza for supper.
Let's go.
I had Chicago-style deep dish pizza that I made myself for supper.
Oh, yeah? You got pictures of it?
No, I actually didn't take any pictures this time, but I will say I did a lot better job on it. I mean, it's still not perfect, but I
doubt that.
Much improving.
I think that's Oklahoma deep dish pizza.
I doubt that.
No, it's actually deep dish pizza, and it actually has a sauce on top, and it's all legit.
Let's see. You think we'll get a content strike if I show that video that you sent me the other day?
Which one?
The firearms policy one?
Possibly.
The one Gary showed?
Yeah.
I don't know. Gary didn't.
Rupan.
Dead horse out there. Rupan's out there.
Snob's wife is out there.
Oh, she came back in. Why are you thumbing down mine? I didn't do it. All right, let's try this. Firearms policy. Firearms content policy. YouTube community guidelines. So let's watch this.
Did you click share audio?
I believe so.
Oh, man.
So let's see.
Almost professional.
Firearms. YouTube community guidelines.
True or false? If you make a video that provides instructions on how to install a bump stock, that could result in a strike on your channel.
False.
The answer is true.
Damn.
YouTube is home to many creators who are firearm enthusiasts. But it's important to keep in
But
mind
we don't
that
like
YouTube
you,
shouldn't
so
be used to show
fuck
how
off.
to make firearms,
And
how to make certain
yeah,
accessories,
don't put
or
them
to sell
together.
them.
There's your polymer
Let's take a
80s.
look at a few
I
examples.
think that's what that's supposed to be. Either that or
The
you're not
creator
supposed to build
uploads a video showing
1911s.
how to make a silencer at home.
Hmm.
In another video, a
Why do they
creator
just-
shows new firearms in their collection.
Why do they just
and
have
test them at a
the
firing range?
frame?
Do either of these videos violate our community guidelines?
No.
Yeah, I'm talking over this,
Yes.
so
The
hopefully
first video violates our
Oh.
firearms policy.
you can't
We
show
don't allow
suppressors.
content that
No.
manufacture homemade
Oh,
silencers.
you just can't show how to make them. You can show us.
To learn more about our policies related to
Hmm.
firearms, go to the YouTube Help Center article. Click
Ooh.
here or the link in the description. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, that was good. That was fantastic. That was absolutely fantastic.
That was
and
almost as entertaining as one of my videos. Almost.
that was in informative content there. Let's see, is anybody? Oh, Rich came in.
This Family
go.
Feud show.
Get Rich in here.
Who let
Let's
him
see.
in here?
I did.
Why does he have his real name? Doesn't he know that's against policy?
It's against policy. Let's see. Policies on content featuring firearms. If you're posting content, sell firearms or certain firearm accessories to direct sales or links to sites that sell these items. These accessories may include accessories that enable a firearm to simulate automatic fire. Accessories that convert a firearm to automatic fire, such as bump stocks that's not automatic fire, Gatling triggers, drop-in auto sears, or conversion kits. High capacity magazines or belts carrying more than 30 rounds. I don't know. Has anybody's magazine been carrying their rounds for them? Because mine don't.
Well,
I
been
wish
wanting one of those-
they did, because they get fucking heavy, but they do not carry that shit. I have to carry them.
well, I've been wanting one of those fancy leather belts and get me a Ruger Vaquero or something, but I don't know if they hold more than 30 rounds or not. But I can
Provide
probably-
instructions.
As big as my waist is, they can probably get 30 rounds on there.
Yeah, but then you're carrying it. The belt's not carrying it.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
Mm-hmm. Provide instructions on manufacturing any of the following firearms, ammunition. So, has all the reloader chat gone bye-bye?
Not
No, I
that
don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because they're manufacturing ammunition.
Well, they're actually remanufacturing it. They're not manufacturing it. So maybe that's the difference.
Not if you buy the cases brand new.
I mean, unless they were using all new components, then they would be manufacturing, I guess.
Well, they'd be assembling. They wouldn't really be manufacturing. The manufacturing process is already done. They didn't make the case, the powder, or the round, unless they're casting their own rounds. But even then, they didn't actually make the brass case or the powder or the primers. So technically, they're just assembling. They're not actually manufacturing.
Mm-hmm. We're not manufacturing anything. And anything. You're assembling it all. But anyway. Fine Ape, this is Chat Outlaws Zero Prep. That's what this false midnight shit is. Or are you talking about the false midnight that's in the chat? Because that's Gunsnob, and I'm sure I'm going to get a copyright strike for a false midnight.
I am not gun snob. Don't call me that. I got you, dirty bastard.
Let's see. High capacity. We're still on manufacturing. High capacity magazines, homemade silencers, suppressors, accessories that enable a firearm to simulate automatic fire. So, am I going to get a copyright strike on any video where I'm wearing pants with a belt loop in them, or if I have a rubber band?
Imagine all the what about binary triggers?
Mm-hmm. That's gonna fall into the same thing. This is all And we got the same thing, accessories that convert a firearm to automatic fire, such as bump stocks, Gatling triggers. Please note this is not a complete list, because if we gave you a complete list, you'd actually know exactly what you were up against.
Yeah.
And you would know exactly what the terms were. And then we couldn't come after you arbitrarily and say, well, you violated a community guideline.
Well, that doesn't stop them either. Look at Steven Crowder. They flat out said that he didn't violate any terms of service, and they still took away his partnership status. I mean,
please note this is not a complete list. Links in the title or description of video to sites where firearms or accessories noted above are sold. You can link to sites that discuss or review these items as long as those sites don't sell these items directly. Yeah, Jerry Mikulic's finger. Yeah, but that's just a flat out ban right there.
Or the guy from Kentucky Ballistics. Have you seen how fast he can shoot a 500 Magnum snub nose?
Now, what about that one guy that's snobbed? Didn't you just post a video somewhere? That one guy, forget what the hell his name is.
He's dead, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
Bob Munden.
There we go, Bob Munden. Yeah.
Bob Munden. Yeah.
Yeah. Any video?
Single action faster than most semi-autos. Or I mean, full autos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy from Kentucky Ballistics, he unloaded a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum 3-inch barrel snub nose in under a second.
Now, I've seen Jerry Mikulic do that balloon thing with the 2 balloons.
In case you don't know, that's 5 rounds of 500 Magnum in under a second on target.
Oh, so they're hanging out on gun channels now, hiding.
Who?
My wife, DT, David will be over there in a minute.
They're always over there on gun channels, so.
Make Snob a mod over on gun channels, too.
Showing users step-by-step instructions. Oh, I didn't put this on gun channels. Oh, I'm gonna get a scolding. Yeah.
You were a bad boy.
I'm gonna get a scolding, but in my defense, I wasn't. There was absolutely no intention of going live.
Sure, there wasn't.
Yep. Yeah, I know it's not. I just said that, DT. I'm gonna get scolded because the show's not posted over there. Showing users how to make a flashlight, oil can, solvent catcher, or other parts.
Now,
showing users how to install a bump stock. So, I mean, technically, I couldn't show anybody how to put a grip on their AR-15 lower because that's the same thing as putting on a bump stock.
Would an oil filter count as a homemade suppressor?
Yes. It's right here, showing users how to make a silencer out of a flashlight, oil can, solvent catcher, or other parts.
But that's not an oil filter.
Well, that's showing them how to make a silencer, so you can still show how to make a solvent trap, though, apparently. But if you don't show how to turn it into a silencer.
Just takes one slip of the finger.
One slip of the drill press.
It's a freaking oil filter. It doesn't take a drill press.
Oh, I was meaning the flashlight. Sorry.
Yeah.
Solvent trap.
If content violates this policy, we'll remove the content and send you an email to let you know. If this is the first time you've posted content that violates our community guidelines, you'll get a warning with no penalty to your channel. If it's not, we'll issue a strike against your channel. Your channel will be terminated if you receive 3 strikes.
Yeah, Vando brings up a good point. What if you're making up a video just about the history of it and in detail show how it was made and technology involved? Well, if that were against policy, forgotten weapons would already.
3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
I think Ian would have over 1,000 strikes at this point.
Let's see.
I don't know how many videos he's got up there.
Hell, the only place Ian would be on full 30. You never be allowed on YouTube.
No, they're on Gunstreamer too.
Are they?
Yeah.
It says homemade suppressors and silencers, so I don't know. Do Silencer Co. and those guys, do they have videos on YouTube?
Oh, there's a lot of silencer videos from big channels. I think that's fine,
Yeah.
just reviewing them.
They do. They have a lot of silencer videos, but they don't show you how to make them.
Yeah.
They show you what's inside of them after they're already manufactured and how to clean them.
Yeah. Ian's also got videos over there with magazines and belts that hold more than 30 cartridges too.
Yeah, but I think Ian can get away with that one because
It's history.
their history,
Yeah.
they fall in prior to the modern day weapon type thing. They're a historic weapon.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
part of
If it's history, I think you can get away with it. But if you're
Yeah.
just doing it for fun, I think that's where the issue comes in. Which is
because there's some of those guns he shows that they only have 50 round belt fed magazine or 50 round drum magazines, and they're belt fed only, so you don't have a choice.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah, you get into like some of those World War I machine guns, and they didn't exactly have disintegrating belts where you could set it to have like a 10-round belt, like some of the more modern machine guns that he's fired on there. You got those old canvas or even in some cases leather belts, and they only hold like 50 rounds.
Editing my overview over on Gun Channels. You guys carry on talking because that gives me a chance to do other shit.
I don't know what to talk about.
Why do I keep giving you links?
I don't know. Now, do you see where the Miss Michigan had her title taken away because she refused to wear a burqa in 2018? Somebody literally tried putting a burqa on her head. She said no. She won like Miss Michigan this year, and they took the title away from her because the video of it came out.
Okay, there you go.
What happened? Somebody tried to assault her?
Yeah, somebody tried putting a burqa on her head in 2018. She said no. That was the end of it. And they took away her Miss Michigan title for being insensitive to Muslims or some nonsense.
Somebody tried to assault her.
Uh-huh.
And did somebody forcibly try and put it on her, or did they just ask her if she would?
No, they literally
either
tried
way.
putting it on her head.
What are we talking about?
I have the story saved somewhere. I was going to talk about it on my show tonight, but since I didn't do a show tonight, I didn't get a chance to talk about it.
You didn't do a show tonight either?
No.
No wonder Gizzard was all beside himself.
Kingpin did a show.
What the heck? I can't hear Rich.
That's okay. They also fired the president of the birthplace. Shit, I can't name of the damn place. Man, it's been a long day.
Yeah, this woman that I'm talking about, she's a Trump supporter. She's an immigrant from China, and she was booted from the Miss World America pageant due to her refusal to try on a hijab in 2018. A tweet that she did about black-on-black gun violence and insensitive statistical tweets. In other words, she was banned for telling the truth on certain things. And somebody tried putting a hijab on her, and she told them not to do that, and that they found that offensive because it was culturally insensitive.
Let's see. It has been brought to the attention of Miss World America, MWA, that social media accounts contain offensive, insensitive, and inappropriate content, the letter said.
Yeah, her response to them was, "Do you know what is insensitive? What's insensitive is that women in the Middle East are getting stoned to death for refusing to obey their husband's order to wear hijabs." She's not wrong. And she says, a Muslim woman tried to forcibly put a hijab on my head without my permission. And so, yeah, that's what she had her title of Miss Michigan taken away from her and thrown out of the Miss World America, whatever the hell it is. But yeah, that happened.
Now I remember what it was. Planned Parenthood. The president of Planned Parenthood on Friday was terminated from the position of president for openly admitting that men cannot have abortions. So they fired her.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Which one of who was it? It was Julian Castro, wasn't it, that on the stage for the last Democrat debate actually said that he wanted abortion rights for trannies?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have it. One of the hospitals has a pretty decent lawsuit going right now, because this tranny went in, complaining of stomach pains.
Oh yeah, and then told them that they were male.
And was saying and told him point blank, he registered. They registered him as a male because he said he was a male and blah 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 blah. And he had stomach pains, and here when he wasn't a male, it was a female, a female tranny, and she was pregnant, and the baby died, and she almost died as well. So now she's in the hospital.
Now, who is gun owner of peace? Welcome to the chat, whoever you may be.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, they literally are suing her, or the hospital. It is suing the hospital for malpractice when it didn't properly inform the hospital of what gender it actually was.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and because the hospital didn't perform a pregnancy test because they told them that it was a male. Now, if a guy comes in and supposedly they had facial hair and no bodily features that you could see through clothing that would indicate that they were female, would you perform a pregnancy test?
Not if they told me they were male.
Yeah, they told them they were male, had facial hair, and no other indicators that you could see through their clothing that they were female. Who in their right mind in that situation is going to perform a pregnancy test?
So what you're telling me that is the next time I go to the emergency room, there's a chance that I may have to pee on a stick?
Maybe.
I mean, at that point, it's going to be obvious because when I whip out my dick to fucking pee on the stick, they're going to go, well, I guess you're not pregnant.
No, they're going to usher you to a restroom.
I just think that's possible, but you never can tell. That may be fake. And you may actually be a female, just have that, have this thing sit there.
You're it's funny that we say that, but the tragic part about it is they believe that females can have penises. When you're that deep into that transsexual thing and that lifestyle, that movement or whatever, and you say, well, men have penises and women have vaginas, they say no. The same way that they say that whatever the version of a male who identifies as a woman can get pregnant.
Oh yeah! Don't forget the disgusting people that were going around making videos that men can have periods and just had their pants all bloody as hell because they decided that they weren't going to wear the things that women are supposed to wear to keep that from happening.
Yeah.
The world is upside down, folks, and it ain't getting better anytime soon.
Well, like I said, you want to get a vacation from Twitter and from Facebook, just go over there and type in "men are men" and "men can't be women," and I guaranteed you're going to get an instant ban.
No, I've actually tried that and I didn't get banned. I've also been going on there and posting anti-Muslim stuff and haven't gotten banned.
It did get you shadow banned on YouTube, though.
Yeah, I got a 24-hour shadow ban on Twitter for agreeing with a post that men are men and men can't be pregnant.
I don't even bother with Twitter.
Yeah, but you got to admit, I mean, the humor that night when I had to take my wife to the emergency room, us just going over what Islam believes. Come on, you got to admit that was funny as hell. Some of the stuff they believe in.
I mean, Twitter's just a fucking sewer. There's nothing. There's no reason to be on Twitter. I mean, unless you want to just get in the sewer, there's no reason to be on Twitter. Yeah, Chinese long bean, exactly. Where's it? You know what? There is no orange on orange crime. Because it's just me.
Well,
But
there's
yeah.
two. There's two. There's you and Trump. Any other orange people, I can't think of.
Yes, but he is his his fake tanner is orange. I just wear shirts.
Yeah, you and Trump should get together and run together in 2020. It could be Orange Men 2020.
No.
No.
Because one, I don't like Trump. I think he's a jackass. I think he's a jackass. But I also, since I'm not a complete idiot myself, think that the people going after him for the shit they're going after him for are jackasses. So there's a lot of stuff I do agree with Trump on, but I think he's a jackass. So there's plenty of stuff for them to go after him, but to come out with this, is he racist? Like I told my wife earlier today, I think Trump sees one color, and that's green. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what sex you are. He doesn't care if you decide that you're one of the 82 other genders. He cares if you can get shit done or make you money. But he's also got a bad case of foot and mouth disease. And sometimes he just needs to shut the hell up. But them going after him because he's racist and, oh, Jesus, when they tried to go after him for the emoluments clause, what the? Really? Did they go after Obama for writing his book? Did they decide that was a violation of the emoluments clause? No.
None of these attacks on Trump are really about Trump anyway. They're about you and me and Gary and Glimtech and Rich and everybody out in the chat. Donald Trump is their target, but we are their focus.
Yeah, you see the latest from AOC. She now wants a 9/11 style commission to go after Trump for his border policy.
For his what policy?
Border policy.
For his border policy that
yeah,
he thinks we should have one?
Yeah, I mean, that's ignore the fact that he's actually been more lenient on these people than Obama was. But let's ignore that. I mean, if you look at the detention centers when Obama was in charge of things, they were in much worse condition than they are under Trump.
Campus Reform has been putting out videos.
Them talking about how people are drinking from the toilets. You know what those are? Those are water-saving toilets.
No, actually, they aren't.
They don't feed it. They don't feed the sink water into the toilet tank.
Those in the correction facilities, those are something new. Both are fed separately. However, both are potables. And it's just that the sink is actually connected to the toilet. And depending on which style it is, because I'm in detention facilities all the time, some of them, the sinks are actually on top of the toilet in the backside, where you have to go to the side to get to the sink, and some of them sit to the side of the toilet. But
I thought they were the water saving ones where they actually feed the used water into the toilet tank or into the toilet tank.
Yeah, some of the older systems are like that. They call it they feed the gray water.
Gray water. Yep.
Yeah, they feed the gray water into the toilet, which is still drinkable, but it's just gray water. Some of the older systems are like that, but they changed that. So the newer systems are both they're fed individually.
Yeah, and I got news for AOC and for anybody else out there that if the shit ever hit the fan and you needed water, guess what? That water in your fucking tank on your toilet is fresh water. It's fresh and clean water up there in the tank.
I spend a lot of time in correctional facilities too, and
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Now we're full. We've got a full panel. I feel so.
That's too bad.
I feel a lot less infringed upon right now.
I
for some
do.
reason.
How many fringes are the correct number of fringes?
There's never enough fringes.
Never enough fringes.
Never enough fringes.
More fringes, the better.
That's gonna somehow. I think that's gonna end up being another channel name here. Never enough fringes.
Never enough fringes.
It might already be one.
Yeah, that could be. Could be. It's gonna be never enough fringes 2, something like that. But
Somebody's into buckskin clothing. Never enough fringes.
Can I bring something up real quick for those of you that know NEA?
Just gonna carry on anyway, huh?
Absolutely. It was a rhetorical question. I didn't really want the answer. Can somebody ask Matt, because I understand that he is an anti-sprinkles guy. Aren't bacon bits just bacon sprinkles?
He doesn't like bacon bits unless they're real bacon.
He doesn't like it unless it's real bacon. So.
But they're still bacon sprinkles though. If they're real bacon bits, they're bacon sprinkles. So Night Strike, your assignment, should you choose to accept it, is to find out if he's okay with bacon sprinkles.
Well, will this message self-destruct in 30 seconds?
No, it won't. Because
I'm pretty sure he already has discussed this. If I remember correctly, if they're the bacon bake things, he doesn't care for those. But if it's like the real bacon crumbles that you get, those he's fine with.
Okay, well, there you go.
We had to make it entertaining for you, Night Strike.
All right, now Chinese long beans. That's a bridge too far. We're gonna.
Chinese long beans.
We're going to remove that comment.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
We're going to remove that comment. That's a bridge too far. We don't promote any racism or what do you want to call it? Hate speech
or bad Chinese name jokes.
Well, no, Chinese long beans is fine. I'm fine with Chinese long beans. It's just when we start talking about where the people crossing the border can take their water from, we're gonna eliminate that. We also don't do conspiracy theories. So if you've got any conspiracy theories that you wanna bring out, go trot them over to E Honda. He likes those. I do not. 9/11 happened. It wasn't an inside job. Sandy Hook happened. It wasn't the Sandy Hook players out doing their spring fling fucking drama series. It happened.
You want to go for the gold and go one more step?
That we didn't land on the moon.
There we go.
Flat.
The Earth is flat. Actually, have you seen the Red Bull commercial that they started putting out the last couple of days?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
No, they come out. They're on the moon. They land on the moon, and they come out of the landing capsule, and it says one small step for man, one giant. Well, what's going on? And they're floating above the moon because Red Bull gives you wings, and they're over the things. Houston, we have a problem. The guy's like, you guys drank a Red Bull, didn't you? It gives you wings. We're like, well, what do we do now? We'll just come back. We'll film it in the studio. So Red Bull has jumped right on the we didn't land on the moon conspiracy theory.
Has anybody seen the New York Times commercial that's been on TV about global warming and how they're at the forefront?
By what? Killing all the trees?
Well, yeah, they think that we're destroying the earth at crazy rapid rates, and Al Gore is going to save us all.
Does anybody who has any intelligence actually pay attention to the New York Times anymore?
No.
Sure, I hope not.
God, I hope not. See, I'm old enough, and I would imagine that there's probably a couple other people in this chat who are old enough to remember when we were approaching the second ice. We were approaching the second ice age.
Oh yeah, that was back in the late '70s, man. When we had all those ice storms. And
Shoot, that was even in the '80s that they were talking about going to another ice age.
Yes, we're heading for another ice age.
If you talk to the professionals now, we're in the process of heading to another ice age.
Yeah, the late '70s that really started to gain weight because, particularly in Northeast, we had all those really bad ice storms.
Yeah, I was in Pennsylvania at the time.
Yeah, you can use the road next to your house as a sliding board because it was covered in so much ice. So, yeah, those were fun times going outside as a kid and just sliding down the street because, there was absolutely no way you were getting traction on it. So if you wanted to go down the street, you were sliding down the street.
Yeah, it was the first year the actual state, at least the area that I was in, actually authorized snowmobile usage. They actually said, okay, you don't have a plate, but you can use it. We're not going to enforce motor vehicle laws on snowmobiles, so you guys can get around.
All of us have lived or currently live in states where it snowed quite a bit, and the plows come through and push over a 15-foot pile of snow, and it's there for 2 months because it takes so long for it to melt.
Yep.
How long do you think it would take for half the planet covered in 15 miles of ice to melt? I mean, like, okay, I get it. There's less ice on the planet now.
Only in certain places they've actually. You look at all the numbers in certain places, the ice got thinner, and in other places it got thicker.
It doesn't matter. I mean, do we have we had some effect on the planet? Yes. Have we had the effect that they're saying we've had? No. And even if, and this is the great part, is even if the United States reduced its emissions and everything down to zero, guess what? It's not going to change what China and India and Russia do.
Here's all you need to know, right? Al Gore keeps saying that the coast is going to be underwater. The man bought a beachfront mansion.
Well, and the Paris Accord, when the United States backed out of the Paris Accord, just in case numbers matter to you, our CO2 emissions went down since we've been out, and every country that's still in it, their CO2 emissions have went up. Just in case numbers matter.
They only matter if they're the correct numbers, and everybody knows that's 42. But yeah, it's and everybody let's be real. Al Gore got rich off climate change. I mean,
he'll get even richer if they ever implement what he wanted, because the man is either the primary or a major stockholder in every one of the companies that sells carbon credits.
Yeah, and climate is cyclical. It happens. That's why we had the mini ice age and everything that's going to go around. Guess what? We're bugs on this planet, and all these people that are complaining about how we're destroying the planet. Well, guess what? I don't have any kids, so I'm doing my part to decrease the population. How about those of you out there with 18 freaking kids? How about you do your part?
How about when a giant rock from outer space comes crashing into our planet? Like, how has my SUV got anything to do with that?
Well, it was obviously the extra. It was the extra metal from your SUV has created that much more gravity.
No, it's the magnetic pole. It's the magnetic pole of that giant SUV.
It's a magnetic. Well, yeah, a giant SUV has got a pretty decent magnetic pole.
Yeah.
I mean, are you running like big old subs in your SUV too? Because I mean, those got giant magnets on them, so that's probably pulling it in.
Oh man, in one of those pickup trucks where it's nothing but speakers in the bed. Come on, man.
No, so yeah, weather's going to change. Weather's going to weather. And whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And I don't know why anybody's all concerned about this, because fucking when the Yellowstone supervolcano blows any day now, nobody's going to be concerned about global warming.
Or in the other myriad of super volcanoes, there's what, like 6 or 7 of them total around the planet?
Yeah, but the Yellowstone supervolcano is overdue.
Yeah.
That's on a roughly 600,000 year cycle, and we're like at 640,000 year. So could be tomorrow. Could be tomorrow. We're all done. Vandalistica, don't try and bring in facts here, all right? I said that the magnetic pole is going to increase because of a giant SUV, and that's just the way it is. I mean, everybody on the panel here back me up, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, totally.
Absolutely, definitely.
Yeah, but the magnetic pole thing is based on the fact that a giant SUV is just a giant magnet, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Most of those asteroids are made up of iron.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we could always play the Trump card, and we're a panel full of Americans. He's a foreigner. I'm going to believe the American.
Hell yeah, America.
Yeah, what are you foreigners?
America. Fucking foreigners come in here talking about how our magnetic pole theory is wrong.
Yeah, I know, right? Come on, man. Have some respect, man. Jeez.
I've got an esteemed panel of experts here, and every one of them says that giant SUV is going to have more magnetic pull and pull that damn thing in. So
Absolutely.
we're not just a bunch of idiots here on the fucking interwebs doing some stupid ass show with absolutely no topic and no reason. And Kingpin keeps jumping in and out. It's like we got Patriot in here, for God's sake.
No, we're just a bunch of old codgers sitting around smoking stogies and just bitching.
Look at these two. They're dropping out here. Vandalistica says I'm hanging with some dumbasses. Fine Ape says that I'm full of shit. Everybody's dropping like they're dropping fucking truth bombs on me out there. Come on.
Come on, it's a proven fact, man. SUVs are giant magnets and they're going to pull asteroids out of the sky. It's not hard to see. You just got to open your eyes.
Like they're dropping truth bombs out there. Ooh, I got Obnoxious. He's hanging with a bunch of dumbasses. Oh, I got him too. I told him he's full of shit.
Hey, what makes more sense? The Earth is flat, or SUVs are giant magnets pulling asteroids out of the sky? Come on.
Open your eyes, man.
Open your eyes, man. It's totally.
Who said the Earth isn't flat? Come on, what the hell? Everybody knows the Earth is flat.
It's not. Fine Ape says it's donut shaped. I saw that earlier.
Donut shaped. Oh, come on. Yeah, I don't even know what a donut is.
Just because you're flat foot doesn't mean the Earth is flat.
Oh, Vandalistic is mad at me because I'm not pro 45. I think 45 AARP is a terrible round. I'd much rather go with 9mm.
And I'd rather go through 57 SIG over
9mm. I'd go with 357 SIG over 9mm too, but I mean, he just said I'm not.
357 SIG all day long.
He said I'm not pro 45, and I'm not. I've got 357 SIG. I got 9mm. I've got a couple of 45s.
Okay, let me ask you this: do you have a 1911 and 45?
Yes, I do. My SIG, we the people.
Okay, then we're good, because I couldn't respect a man who doesn't have a 1911 and 45.
I also have a P220 and 45.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Then I guess I'm going to be unrespected.
Well, obviously, if you bought a 1911 in a caliber other than a 45 first, then yeah, you should be made fun of.
Oh, nope, go ahead and make.
I don't own a 45.
I take that back. I bought my Kimber in 45, and that was years ago.
Well, that was the first one, though, wasn't it?
That was the first one I ever had.
That's the point.
It's also the first one I got rid of because it was a piece of shit. It was a 1911 Jam-O-Matic.
Well, we'll still accept it though. But you see, the thing is, your first 1911 should be 45, and then any 1911s you get after that should be whatever the hell caliber you want. But the first one should always be 45.
Yeah, I don't know, for whatever reason, I was never a 45 fan. A lot of the cops, back in the day, they liked 45. I never did. I always stuck with 357 mag. And then after working in a gun store, it's like, yeah, all right, I'm going to spend $1,000, $1,200 and get this 1911. Yeah. Now I got to send it off to pay another $3,000 to get the work right.
Well, what were they buying? Kimbers?
No, a couple of them bought SIGs, which was really surprising because usually the SIGs are pretty decent out of the box.
I did hear the early SIG 1911s had problems.
Yeah, but Kimber, that was a gimme. Somebody came in and looked at the Kimber. It's like, no, you don't want that. you'd be better off getting this Rock Island before you get that Kimber. You'll have a lot less problems with it.
You have a lot more fun with it.
That too, yeah. The Rock Island you can beat the hell out of it, and the Kimber is, if you set it on the table, it's gonna break if it works ever again.
Yep.
.45 ACP is greater than 20 millimeter.
I'm back to my metal gun kick again, so I'm fading away from the polymer.
Snob says Kimbers are great. That's because he just had an $1,800 Kimber in his grubby little mitts.
Yeah, but the question is, did it work? Probably not.
I believe it did. It was a custom shop one that he got from. I don't think he's put the video out yet. That one will be coming out.
Did you see what Scott P79 said?
Mm-hmm.
He said, I can't respect anyone that knows.
Oh, yeah, I did. I told him I was younger and less informed.
I've had good experience. I've only fired 2 of them. One of them was the Kimber Micro, and they both worked fine for me. But it was just one day at the range, so I really have limited experience. They're just expensive.
And Fine Ape, at the time that I bought that Kimber, I actually had a job too, so I did not have a sugar mama at the time.
Those were rough times.
They were. We probably weren't making as much money together as Sugar Mama was making a month and a half ago. Not so much now.
Yeah. Sorry to hear about that, by the way.
Yeah. We'll get there. It's just the one place she thought she was going to get a offer from didn't come through the offer, and then she's heard from another recruiter in the area. Because she's been working with multiple recruiters, and then when you work with multiple recruiters, you got to tell them, what other recruiters are putting you up for, and they said there's been other issues at this company, so it's probably a good thing she didn't get an offer with them because it was an hour plus drive, and they weren't going to be able to pay her, what she was making, but they desperately need somebody there, so.
Desperately need doesn't get the bills paid.
No. And then she went to a networking thing Thursday, a networking luncheon, and thought she was going to get some contract work working for one of the colleges, and they came back with that she's way overqualified.
So?
Yeah, it was for contract work. It wasn't, they weren't going to hire. It was, something that she could do and bring in some money rather than no, we don't want her. She's way overqualified. And her recruiters actually said in the email she sent to the wife, well, duh, I was doing them a favor.
Which means one of two things: either A, the overqualified person is too old and they don't want you, or B, you have too much experience and you actually want to get paid for what you're worth.
Well, it was for contract work. It was just they needed somebody to do something, so
they wanted to pay $8 an hour, and it was that wasn't going to be acceptable.
No, I got a feeling what they're looking at is starting off on contract work and then bringing that person in, which she wasn't gonna be, because it wasn't gonna be anywhere near what she's qualified to do. But whatever. She's got a couple of second interviews, I think, coming up this week. But she had a rough day Friday, and then I kind of had a rough day Saturday, so that's why I didn't have a show. But here we are, taking up midnight spot.
Is he not doing one tonight?
No, that's why I hopped in, and I didn't realize until I was actually going live that Kingpin was in, so I didn't mean to court Kingpin.
No, I was just taking over for Rich, filling in till midnight started. So.
Oh, so Midnight's not going to be on tonight?
Nope. He says they're still out of town. So.
Yeah. Alrighty then.
Somebody named Midnight Rain TM was in here for a little bit, but he sounded an awful lot like Gunsnob.
This is the weekend where none of us who scheduled shows decided we wanted to do our jobs.
Yeah, it smelled like Gunsnob too.
So yeah, that's why I went, and Gizzard and Snob were both texting me. Gizzard was all upset because Sarge didn't have his show Thursday night. I didn't have mine Saturday. Snob didn't have his Saturday. Rich didn't have one tonight. And then Midnight called it off, and Gizzard's like, come on.
Wow. Talk about everybody bailing.
Gizzard has his show both his shows this weekend. Gizzard shows up today.
So Gizzard was the only one with any gumption this weekend.
So the chicken is the only one that had balls.
Yep.
Let that sink
in. Vandalistica's looking for a job too. Have I missed something?
If he's looking for a job, things aren't going well for him.
Hey, you guys don't remember? This was like months ago that he quit his job. And it would have been even more months than that, but when he quit, they told him that they pretty much said, no, you can't quit, and made him work for like another 2 months.
Nope, I missed that.
I'm glad I live in the United States where they can't do that. Right?
Well, they didn't force him to do it. I mean, he could have just been like, screw you, but they pretty much begged him not to leave. So he waited like another 2 months that he worked for the company before he finally left.
Honestly, I remember him going to see his grandma. But I didn't know he'd quit. I missed that.
Neither did I.
So what else have we got? Has anybody got anything else, or should we just tie it off and wrap it up and go about our night?
We could do introduction for an hour and a half.
So we really haven't done any introductions, have we?
See, I got a whole lot of nothing. Other than I got to get up for work. Other than that,
it's introductions. What is this? A produced show?
No. This was no prep. Like I said, I had no topics. I had no guests. I had nothing. It was just trying to make Gizzard feel better because I knew he was lonely. Talk about bacon. Bacon.
I sent him a link to my show.
Oh, poor Gizzard Gary.
We could talk about bacon since we got we got another 5 months or so, and we'll be in Wanamaker. We'll be in Tulsa. We'll be in Claremore at Hugo's.
Part 2, man.
Is that where Wanamaker is in Tucson or in
Tulsa? Yeah, it's in Tulsa, and Claremore is about 45 minutes outside Tulsa. But there's this restaurant called Hugo's, and they give you like a pound of bacon with whatever you order. So you order like dry white toast, you're getting a pound of bacon with it.
Nom 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 bacon.
They must have a walk-in cooler full of bacon.
They've got to have something. They got to have something because
they must find a lot of hog.
I like Sarge says, I've never been someplace where I had to-go bacon. I had to get a to-go I had to get a doggy bag for my bacon.
Oh, okay, can we just stop right there? Is there anything wrong with to-go bacon? Because that sounds awesome.
I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. I'm just saying I've never been any place before where I've had to-go bacon.
You've never been to any good places, though.
I've been to good places. But I've never been to some place where I had a legit little, just a little square to-go things like you could put a burger, like you'd put a burger in, full of bacon when I left. They do too. Take credit cards, gun snob. I mean, it's what is this? The 1980s?
I'd argue you were going to the wrong places if they never give you a thing of bacon.
Have you ever had to-go bacon before?
No, sadly, I haven't.
Okay,
but it sounds delicious.
It is. Are you going? Are you going in November?
I don't know. Probably not.
Good God, killing me, Smalls.
I know. I'm sorry.
What about Vandalistica?
And they plasma 5 or 6 times and have enough money.
Vandalistica still planning on coming to the States in November?
Who knows? Who knows?
Yes, we drove 16 hours for bacon.
It was worth it too.
And it was cheap. You paid because I got French toast or did I get French toast? I think I got French toast and hash browns and bacon.
Potato took up half the plate, and then the bacon was on top of the potato and cheese and stuff.
But it's like you ordered, you paid for the bacon, and like everything else on your plate was free.
I couldn't even come close to cleaning that plate.
Oh God, no!
There's no way.
Oh God, no! No, I'm not a small guy, and I still there's no way. I bet I didn't finish my French toast. I didn't finish the hash browns, and I bet I took half of my bacon with me.
Well, it's only 15 minutes or 15 hours from here to Tulsa.
But if you left right now, you'd be there tomorrow afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think they're only open in the morning, so you'll probably want to delay that so you get there in the morning. But don't get there at 2:30 in the morning and sleep in their parking lot because the police will wake you up.
What you want to do is you do want to leave now, so that way when you get there, you can go to the room, take a nap, wake up hungry, crush all that food, take another nap, and then drive back home.
True, good point. Then again, just wait till September and hold that thought, and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and going to Wanamaker too. But then if I do that, then I got to buy guns and bring them back.
I'll just don't go to the guy that I tried to buy that Marlin from. Well, the guy that was supposed to transfer the Marlin.
You tried to buy a fish off somebody?
Yes,
What?
and you can't buy a fish in Tulsa unless you're from a contiguous state. Apparently,
There's not room for a marlin in that koi pond. I got news for you.
I can.
You're supposed to be able to buy a rifle in any state.
Nope, not according to this jackass at fucking Wanamaker.
Bullshit.
Yeah, well, tell him to read 18 USC
That's-
again because
that's-
he's a dumbass.
That's what I told him. I actually started out nicer than that. He pulls up the FFL page and it says, general. What did it say? A licensee, an unlicensed seller cannot sell to an unlicensed buyer. And I was like, but you have a license.
I was going to say, but he's a licensed seller.
And he said, but you don't. I said, you're right. I don't need one. You need one.
Exactly.
And this was somebody with an SFL, and he just kept saying, no, I can't do it. I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, you're wrong. He's like, no, I'm not. I've got my FFL. I said, well, you're fucking wrong.
Well, you're wrong. So shut up.
I was going to say I can sell a rifle to anybody I want to in any state as long as it's not California.
I told him, I said, so you're telling me that everybody in here that's buying these ARs and that are buying all these long guns and every single one of them is from a state that touches Oklahoma. And he just looked at me.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. I can sell to California, but it's an act of Congress.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Californians don't deserve it.
That's true.
Now we've got some good people in California.
I know, but a majority of them don't deserve it.
See, what you should have.
I have a problem with like I know a bunch. There's a couple dealers I know in Southern California, and I don't. But the problem with it is I'm not registered with them. So what I do is I sit it down with a buddy of mine in Yuma, who is registered with them, and they just drive over the border and get it from them and drive back.
Well, that was the thing. This guy was so adamant about me not being able to transfer this rifle to me, and I told him, and I tried to explain to him, you have the license. He's like, I know. I said, so you are a licensed seller. You can sell to an unlicensed person. Said, no, I can't. Not unless you're. And I'm like, is that an Oklahoma law? He's like, no, that's federal. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and what you should have asked him was if he could sell to people from states that inappropriately touch Oklahoma.
And then I'm like, fine, whatever. Just take it back. I'll have him ship it to me. So he takes me back over with it to Wild West Guns, and Jeremy over there is like, what's going on? I was like, he says he can't sell it to me because I'm not from a state that touches Oklahoma. And the guy's like, well, that's what the law is. I'm like, whatever, dude, just go away. And he starts walking away, and Jeremy's like, what in the hell is going on? I said, he's flat out wrong. And the guy spins on his heel and comes running back at me. Oh, Kingpin got kicked again. So, yes. Kingpin, were you on mobile? Is that what's going on? Because somebody was having problems with mobile the other night. But the guy spins on his heel and comes running back at me. Did you call me a liar? I said, no. I said, you were flat out wrong, which you are. Goodbye. And he starts mouthing off again. And I'm like, go. We're done with you. Goodbye. And he finally left. And the guy across the aisle was like, what the hell was that all about? I said, he says he can't sell it to me. He's got his FFL, and he said he can't sell it to me because I'm from North Carolina, which doesn't touch Oklahoma. And the guy just shook his head. What? He's like, it's like have Jeremy transfer it to me, and I'll transfer it to you, and we're good. So
yeah, anyway.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So, yeah, guy didn't know. Guy with his federal firearms license didn't know shit.
Welcome to FFL 102. This is what not to do and how not to handle a sale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
And now, not to be an upstated FFL dealer.
And I tried to explain, and once we got to the point where, it just wasn't doing me any good, then it was like, fuck you, dude, whatever. But I tried, because he's sitting there. I'm like, no, you have a federal firearms license. You can sell a long gun to anybody from any state as long as they're able to receive it in their state. And that's when he pulled up the FFL fact sheet and told me that, I was an unlicensed person. And I said, you're right. I am an unlicensed person, but you are not.
Yeah, the whole scenario just reminds me of the video that Paul Harrell did on how to, internet experts and whatnot, how to spot a false expert. That guy fits the description to a T.
Yep.
Yeah, the other thing too is persons from states that can't have certain weapons, but say they can. It's not the FFL's responsibility to know that. So, they say, oh, yeah, I can have it. Okay, well, if you can have it, here you go. Well, you get there and you can't have it, then you're SOL.
That's the thing. If he wanted to say, well, I don't know what the North Carolina laws are, that's fine. But don't tell me that you can't sell me a long gun because I don't touch Oklahoma. And that's why I said, is that an Oklahoma law? No, that's federal law. No, it's not.
Not even close.
The only add-ons to that is if you're a border state, California, Mexico, or I shouldn't say California, Texas, Arizona. If you sell more than 2 long guns in any one purchase, it's an act of Congress, and you have to fill out 200 pieces of paperwork and send them to the ATF and everybody and their grandmother.
Oh, do border states have to do that? Do multiple purchase with long guns too?
Yes, sir. Both long guns and pistols and handguns.
That is such a joke. That whole multiple purchase thing. I've had that discussion with people who didn't know that if you bought 2 pistols within a week, you had to fill out multiple purchase, and they're like, "What?" I said, "Yep." And it was actually with somebody at Wanamaker. I had that discussion, and they were, I'm like, I could, if I had the money in a truck, I could buy every long gun in these 17 acres here. If I had the money and a way to transport them, I could buy every long gun in these 17 acres and drive home with them. But I can't buy a pistol.
Figure that one out.
And if I go down to my local gun store, I can buy every long gun if I had the money, I could buy every long gun that he's got on the wall and walk out with them. But if I buy 2 pistols, he's got to fill out extra paperwork that I bought 2 pistols. If I buy 2 22 long rifle, Buck Marks or Ruger Mark IVs or something like that, he's got to fill out multiple pistol purchase on there.
Yeah, but that's every. You two or more is an automatic multiple sale.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you buy combinations of the 2, so if you buy 1 handgun, 1 rifle, that's a multi sale.
Not here, I don't think so.
It is in border. It is in the border states.
In border states, yeah. But yeah, I could go down there. I go down to my local gun store and I could buy every long rifle in there and a pistol. And my dealer wouldn't have to do any work. He wouldn't have to turn anything else in, and I could walk out with them. But if I buy if I buy 2 handguns, even if they're just, little Ruger Mark IV 22 long rifle little plinking pistols or 2 Heritage Rough Riders.
Yep.
Little single action.
It's a multi-sale.
It's multi-sale. Yeah, that's well. That was when I got my. I ordered that CHP pistol, and I went down there and I was going to pick that up, and that's when I saw that my dealer had the. They had a Henry Mearslake sitting there on consignment, and I bought that, and had to leave my CHP pistol sitting down there for a week, so that my dealer didn't have to fill out a second, a multi-pistol permit, because a Mearslake is a pistol.
Yep, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the trade-off I have here in South Carolina. We don't have open carry unless you're going hunting or fishing, but we don't need a permit from anybody to go out and buy any gun we want.
Yeah, but you still need to fill out the multiple pistol purchase if you buy two. See, that was a whole different thing where I missed out on that Rossi that was at the
I don't think I have to do that in South Carolina.
That's federal.
That's federal. Yeah, if you buy two handguns anywhere, it's automatic. That's an automatic multi-purchase. That's required by the FFL. That's one of the reasons why I got my FFL, because I don't have that BS. I just go in, and if I want, okay, well, I take one of those, and one of those, and one of those, and one of those. Okay, good. Here you go.
Aren't you still required, though, to write it down in the books that you transferred it from your FFL to yourself?
If I do that, yes, but I don't do that.
Then technically those guns still belong to the FFL, then, right?
That is correct. So since I am the FFL, they technically still belong to me. But as they're under my FFL. But under the FFL, as long as they're in the books, I can carry them if I choose to. At some point in time, if I want to, I just transfer them to myself. But then I got to do a 4473 on myself, which is asinine. Yeah,
you've got a federal firearms license, and you have to do a 4473 on yourself.
If I transfer one of my firearms to myself, I have to do a 4473 on myself.
Do you have a CWP?
Yes.
Well, then you're fine.
I know.
He's law enforcement.
4473.
But I still have to do the 4473.
You have to fill it out. But because you have a CWP, it doesn't. In most states, that doesn't require you to have.
You still no. You don't have to do the background check. You still have to fill out the 4473.
Yes.
I'm not saying he doesn't have to fill the form out. That's not what I said.
Yeah, I just don't have to do a background check on myself.
He just doesn't have to do a background check.
He didn't say anything about the background check. He just said he had to fill out a 4473 on himself. He's got a federal firearms license. He's law enforcement, and he's in Arizona. Aren't you in Arizona?
Yes, I'm in Arizona.
And he's in Arizona that has constitutional carry, and he has to do a 4473 if he transfers from his FFL that he is the FFL to himself personally.
I feel I need to point this out for people that live in constitutional carry states. Just because you live in a constitutional carry state doesn't mean you shouldn't go and get a CWP license anyways, because if you have to leave the state, your constitutional carry in your state doesn't necessarily transfer to the state you're visiting unless you have valid proof that you're allowed to carry in your state.
Well, that's true to a point. In most states, that is true. And also in Arizona, I still urge them to get the CWP as well, because there are restrictions to this constitutional carry. Case in point, buying firearms. Okay, you don't have to have the background check run. That's one big benefit. The other one, though, is another one is they don't realize is if you're within 1,000 feet of a school, you're a felon if you don't have a CWP and you have your gun with you, whether you're driving through a school zone or not. If you get stopped and they want to make a stink about it, You're within 1,000 feet of a school. Yeah, that's it. Same way with going into bars and such like that. Like TGI Fridays is a big one.
Now, does it count if you're within 1,000 feet of a school? If you're driving past the school, does that count?
It does. In Arizona, it does. So technically, you have to route yourself around that school area, that school zone.
That is
if you're in West Virginia, we don't have that. That doesn't apply here. So.
Yep, yeah. They're trying to change that. They're trying to make it that if you're on the roadway and you're passing through, they're also trying to change the which I actually think passed the house portion of it.
There needs to be some stand your ground in there too.
There is
castle doctrine.
Yeah, there is stand your ground and there is castle doctrine. But again, that doesn't apply to school. That doesn't apply to school zones. But again, they're in the process of changing that.
Which is wrong because in most of the South, and I say most, I mean most of the sensible states, they allow you to. They see your car as an extension of your castle. All right, so if you have your gun in your car, it's a separate property, technically.
All right, Gary, have a good one, bud.
Yep. Good night, everybody.
All right. Night, Gizzard. You got anything you want to plug before you hop out?
Oh, the usual stuff. GizzardGary.com. Foul Territory Friday night, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Early Bird Chat, 10 Eastern, 9 Central, Sunday mornings. Thanks for the invite. Give him the bird.
No problem. I hope
Bird
we fixed your live chat Jones that you were having.
Yes, I can go to bed now on a Sunday night knowing I'm chatting right up until bedtime, just like
there you go.
All right, Gizzard. Night.
That's a lot of squawk.
Yeah.
Give him the bird.
Give him the bird.
Get a bird.
Bird story.
But yeah, the other big thing here in Arizona is TGI Fridays and pretty much basically any establishment that serves alcohol to the public. That includes outdoor events. If you do not have a CWP, you are not permitted to carry your firearm on that premises. Now, with a CWP, you may, but under no circumstances are you permitted to drink or have alcohol in your possession.
And that's not necessarily a bad idea either.
Oh no, that's common sense. If you're going to drink,
right.
You don't carry a gun. Duh,
Right.
Yeah, but we all know common sense isn't all that common most of the time.
Well, yeah, that's because most of those people hold the door open for everybody else.
Yeah, most of the people that did say common sense, we need common sense, this or that, do not understand the actual definition of common sense. So, unfortunately.
All you got to do to know that common sense is not a common virtue is look at Congress.
Exactly.
No, yeah, that's the whole 1,000 feet within 1,000 feet of a school zone sounds like stuff straight out of Chicago. Because
it was a California carryover. Which, like I said, they're in the process of getting rid of. The one they actually what they have proposed now, which I know it passed the Senate, and I think it's going to come up in the House when they resume in the fall. They're carrying it over, and that's actually permitted. That's actually permitting if you have a concealed weapons permit, you're actually permitted on school grounds as long as you do not exit your vehicle. If you're going to exit your vehicle, it has to be secured in your vehicle, out of sight. But it can still be in your vehicle.
Now, are they giving you a safe zone around your vehicle so that you could put it in so you don't have to unholster from a seated position and put it someplace you could actually go and lock it in the trunk, or is
no? If you know you're going to be exiting your vehicle, that must be secured prior to you entering school property, unless, and here's the big caveat, unless the school district exempts it, and the majority of the school districts here already exempt CCW permit holders from those laws, which means you can carry your firearm on school property. they would prefer you have it concealed.
Mm-hmm.
But if it isn't, an open carry thing, they don't say anything.
Let's see, we're getting.
Since it is private property, that's up to the school to file the complaint. The cop just can't be driving by the street, driving down the road and look left and see the guy in the school property and just run in there and go, "Hey!" Nope, don't work that way.
Yeah, well, that's like Chicago and Cook County have. They have an assault weapons ban, for whatever an assault weapon might be, which is, anything AR-15 type. And
anything black and scary.
Yes, anything black. Well, no, because never mind. we won't go there. We won't go there. We're not going to get into, we're not going to talk about big black clocks like we did on Gizzard's chat the other night.
Okay, let's not go there.
But yeah, and O'Hare is in Cook County, so you could be out someplace and it's a total ban. It's a total ban. You cannot have them in the county or in Chicago city limits. Mm-hmm. So you could be out at the range or something, and let's say your wife was traveling or something, and for some reason her flight got delayed and her Uber got canceled, and you had to go in and pick her up. And I don't want to be a sexist. So let's say your wife or your husband was traveling, because God forbid, I wouldn't want to be labeled a sexist for saying that your wife was traveling and that you were out at the range. So it could be that your wife or husband or
then wait a second. How about your significant other?
Well, it's still going to be a wife or a husband. It's going to be a wife or a husband. More
I don't know, man. With all these
all right, fine, okay, you're right. I am being a marriage elitist and saying that it would be a wife or a husband when it could be a girlfriend or a boyfriend or some other kind of significant other that is actually of the human persuasion, because we're not going to condone bestiality no matter what.
Moving right along.
All right. So your significant other has their flight has been delayed or has come in late. Their Uber got canceled. They can't, for some reason, all the taxis and they can't get a ride. So you've been out at the range. You've got your evil black scary rifle in your trunk. You can't go pick them up because you will be breaking the law, because you can't drive into Cook County with an assault rifle, even if you have it in your trunk, locked in a case, and completely unloaded. Moo, if you can get your wife to pick up your girlfriend from the airport, more power to you, brother.
Yeah. That's on you, brother.
I mean, if you can pull that one off, you are a better man than I am. He's probably got a big black Glock that's keeping them both happy.
I don't know. We might not want to talk about that Glock.
Yeah, let's pass on that one.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's nowhere worse. That's no worse than the guy from that got nailed in New Jersey. That was flying. He got diverted to Jersey, and he landed. Next thing you know, man, they're going through his suitcase. They seized the firearm. They arrested him on the spot.
Mm-hmm. And that is that is bullshit. New Jersey and New York for doing that. How are they getting away with it with FOPA out there? How are they getting away with it? Because
we supposedly traded in our automatic weapons for the Firearms Owner Protection Act. So why the hell is the Firearms Owner Protection Act not fucking working?
When I go to, because I'm hoping if the wife doesn't have a job by the time SHOT Show rolls around, then I'm going to be probably calling you guys and looking for a place to live. But I'm hoping to go to SHOT Show. Then I'm going to fly there, and I'm probably going to take, one of my pistols with me for when we're not at SHOT Show and when we're out and around. If I leave North Carolina and for some reason I get diverted to New York or New Jersey, and I have to deplane, and for some reason we're gonna stay there because let's say that Yellowstone supervolcano blew up. So I'm obviously not going on to Vegas, but they've rerouted us and we've landed in New York because I don't know that some nuclear reactor in North Carolina went off too, so we can't go back to North Carolina. And now I've got to stay in New York. I can't go claim my luggage because the minute I pick up that luggage, I'm a felon in New York. So my orange suitcase is just going to keep swirling around on the baggage claim, and then I'm going to have probably a SWAT response for unclaimed baggage sitting there.
Yeah, no doubt. So what you do with that one is, if you're coming out here to SHOT Show, you get a hold of me ahead of time and send me your gun that you want to carry. Then when I drive up there, I just give it to you up there. Then you don't have to worry about it, and I can just mail it back to you.
But yeah, it's, how are they getting you hear about these people that do get in trouble in New York, or there was that one woman who crossed into New Jersey and she thought she was from Pennsylvania and she thought she was, I mean, part of it's her own fault because she should have gone through and checked the laws, and she should have known that New Jersey and New York are pretty much no-go for anybody having any kind of gun. But she was traveling through, and where's the FOPA protection? Because that's supposed to be there.
Oh, hell, Jersey, if you go into New Jersey with a box of hollow points, they'll arrest you because you can't have hollow points in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
New York City, the people have gotten arrested at JFK just for having a magazine.
People have been arrested in New Jersey for just inheriting and transporting a flintlock.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. A flintlock.
Yeah. It wasn't any flintlock. It wasn't like it was a recreation. This was an actual antique that this guy was arrested for.
Yeah,
which is federal law.
It was something he was inherited.
Which under federal law isn't even classified as a firearm.
Yeah, it's not a firearm. Under federal law, it's not a firearm. Because it's an antique.
But New Jersey
years,
saw fit to go and arrest the man and put him in jail until a judge threw it out of court because it under law it's not a firearm.
Heaven forbid somebody has a single shot dueling pistol, right?
Anyway, welcome to New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
That is California and New York.
Yep, that's the thing. And then this
what
stuff.
About New Cuck?
New Cuck.
Yeah, that too.
New Cuck and New Juck.
We got to pour one out for our brother Awag up there in New Jersey. He's fighting the good fight, though. Nope, I just, and we're the only. It's perfectly acceptable to marginalize and to shit. I lost my words. I lost my words. Never mind. I lost my train of thought. But anyway, it's perfectly acceptable.
That's okay. That's okay. You're getting old. It's fine.
Yes, I am. To discriminate. We're the only part of society where it's socially acceptable to discriminate against us. If we were anything else, they couldn't do it.
Oh, they'd be sued and
Mm-hmm.
screaming up and down and jumping and having protests in the street. But
where's isn't there some kind of organization that that fights for civil liberties? I mean,
yeah, there used to be.
Isn't isn't that like the first? I believe the first 10 amendments are civil rights, aren't they? I mean, is it the first 10 or is it the first 11? I believe it's the first 10.
First 10.
First 10. Those are civil rights, right?
Yep.
I mean,
but that's okay. The ACLU is still too busy.
Oh, that's who it is. The ACLU. It's the American Civil Liberties Union.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fighting.
They're too busy taking care of all the left wing screwballs.
They're
It's only a right if they like it. They don't like it.
Oh, okay. See, I thought there was some kind of civil liberties. Didn't know it was a union. I thought they were like a civil liberties brothership or something out there, but that was supposed to be fighting for civil rights. And
hence union, hence Democrat. So if it has union, it's a Democrat.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, that's enough of this freaking nonsense for tonight, I think. let's as Clover Tack likes to say, let's sweep the floors and put the chairs on the table and flash the lights. You don't have to go home. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And we don't have Snob to sing closing time, so we'll count ourselves as lucky there.
Thank God.
So
wow.
we're gonna wrap this one up. It's been kind of neat. Let's see. I can do. Well, see, this is the thing though. If you got, see, as you can do stuff here, but then you can't see the private chat now. Well, let's cover some of this. Just
actually, that's good that you can't see the private chat.
Yeah, but the person running the chat can't see it. So if you can see on my screen here what I've got, what I have to have open to, so I can see the private chat and see the YouTube chat. I have to pop out my YouTube chat so I can still see that. But it does give you the option over here to have it actually inside your StreamYard's window. And then you can highlight and pick up stuff in Vanalisca with the SPLC. No, those are the YouTube police now. That's a
totally different thing.
Yep.
Supposedly, but they both do the same damn.
Yep. So you can highlight the comments over here, and that's neat. I really like that. But I didn't get over 6, so I didn't see anybody. I didn't get a chance to see on mine to see the backstage and what it looks like.
The backstage are just like lighted out. You can still see what's going on. You can like see how that is set up where you can see them. You'll see them, but it'll be a paler.
It'd be kind of grayed out and everything. I figured that, but I didn't get the chance to see it. But you can also you can share the whole. You can fill the whole screen with it, or you can get just me and a tiny little share on it, or I can have the whole panel over here. But I don't have the whole panel. We lost Glimtech.
Yeah.
We lost Glimtech, so it will show the whole panel over here. So I like some of the features in here, but I think they could use a little bit of work too. Because like I said, if you've got your comments up here so that you can put them over and share them, I like that. I really like that. But then
remember too, it's still in beta. They said there's going to be changes as they progress.
Yep. And I really wish that everybody had their logo on here. As you can see up here, I've uploaded my logo to StreamYard, so they have my logo.
They just won't let you use it unless you pay for it.
No, it still doesn't, because Gary has paid for. Yep. Oh, Glenn Tech's back. Gary has paid for it, and what he can do is put his logo here where mine says powered by StreamYard. Because I'm doing the free version, Gary's logo will go here. And if you look over brand, see you can change your color here. So like everybody's name, and then when I highlight somebody, it comes up with that orange. And I can do it with the minimal. Or we can do the default. But here you can upload your logo, but that just changes that out here. And then the overlay you can do here, and what Gizzard did with his. Oh, now I got to go back to comments so we get removed so we can see it. And you can do an overlay with it. And what he did was, just a PNG so that it was on a clear background. So then, the stuff would show up here. And then you can also do the background here. So like Gizzard, when he has his, it says fall territory all across here. And that's all pay version. But I would really like to have everybody's logo here, so you didn't have just the blank white dot staring at you.
Yeah. Maybe that might be something they do going forward after, as they progress. There's there's things that they want to change and stuff, but they're implementing things over time. So it goes. Yeah. Right now, it works good. It's it's a lot more intuitive than trying to use like OBS and
and when you're like me, I don't have the bandwidth to pull everybody's feed into me and then feed that out on OBS. It's just not going to happen. So StreamYard is where I'm gonna be.
Well, yeah, that already makes sense.
Yep. So we'll run it through the room here and get the hell out of here. Gizzard says, give him the bird. Rich, what do you got coming up? You got anything coming up?
Maybe next Sunday.
Okay.
Other than popping into other people's chats during the course of the week. Just Sunday nights at 8 Eastern over on the Unloaded Media channel. This week Unloaded, when I have time to get the show on. Couldn't do it this week. Kingpin stepped in. He ran a little show for a little while, and I jumped in there when I got the chance to. That's what we did today. Next week, hopefully, we'll be able to get the show on.
All right. Well, thanks for hopping in. I want to thank Kingpin for hopping in when he came in. Because he had trouble staying in, so that, and I think somebody had an issue on Gizzards the other night too. With they couldn't hear somebody, and I think they had an issue with mobile. So I think it still needs some tweaks, but right now it seems to be the way to go for somebody with bad bandwidth. So I would imagine you're probably going to see Yankee doing StreamYard.
Yeah, it seems to be that there is an issue with people are on mobile. Like I can't remember who it was. They were on mobile last weekend, and they kept losing their audio, where they couldn't hear certain people and stuff. So it seems like if you're on mobile, you're gonna have a harder time with it. Or Kingpin was on his laptop, but he was using his Wi-Fi and not his standard internet. So that could have been an issue too, because he was on the Wi-Fi and not his internet.
That could be too if it was fading in and out or something. But I like this because I can put my little plug up there and everybody gets to see it right up there on the screen. Glimtech, you got anything coming up?
No, not a whole hell of a lot. Thank you for the invite.
No problem.
Like, share, subscribe, and if you feel so inclined, help these people out with whatever you can. Other than that, I got a steel match coming up next Sunday. So maybe the operator will do as well as the gun does. But I doubt it. You never can tell. Might have a fluke.
We doubt it too.
Yeah. But other than that, again, thanks for the invite.
All right. Thanks for coming in, brother. Good to have you in here. Night Strike. What do you got coming up, brother?
Hit or miss Tuesday night, 7 o'clock.
All right. That's it?
Branson Rays, Wednesday nights, whenever the hell Bro Call starts it.
All right. You want to drop a plug out there for GunTube? And
I don't know. Is it kosher to drop one out?
You are more than welcome to drop plugs for GunTube in my chat. You know that. Everybody's everybody's all right for dropping plugs in my chat, especially when I'm coming to you and saying you got anything to plug, because that's kind of your chance to actually plug something. So.
Oh, all right, yeah. Check out guntube.org. Check out the GunTube store. It's our way of making GunTube bigger, better, and more powerful than before.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
And everybody needs to, if you haven't liked and subscribed to everybody on the panel and everybody that was on the panel, go check them out. They all do some excellent stuff. If you would so choose to, this used to be my chance where I tell you to go over and help support my fight against e-begging, but the wife is now unemployed, so I am straight up e-begging. If you want to go over to my Patreon channel, go ahead. And it is right there. It's nice and easy for everybody to see. But thanks to everybody for coming in here on the panel. Thanks for everybody that was out there in the chat for our just going live, because we felt like going live and had absolutely nothing to talk about, and we still made it almost 2 hours. So thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you everybody out there in the chat. We will see you next time. Get your plugs in. Hashtag Porky Biggin.
Shall not be infringed.
Yeah.